There was a Jalango lady who spoke here very passionately. She was telling us that when Raila came and joined them or supported Ruto somehow, they rested. Somebody has told you, please don't rest. Because wananchi want services, and that is why they came out to demonstrate. And those services must be done so that the support of Raila to you has some meaning. It will not have a meaning if people just go back to rest and in their Lawrence.
As a result of Oburu Odinga's statement that William Ruto has to perform to be re-elected or maybe to be supported by the ODM party, there have been statements here and there, analysis from various analysts that Raila Odinga and William Ruto are breaking up and that their marriage is almost over. Ladies and gentlemen, on this particular video, I'm going to analyze and dissect this topic on whether Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to break up, and if they're going to do, what are these going to be the reasons as to why they're going to break up. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly take a second or two, subscribe, also like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me give you 2 seconds to subscribe before I proceed. Thank you so much for subscribing. May God bless you. First of all, I doubt whether Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to break up. I don't think this marriage is going to end. Why am I saying so? The first thing on the list is that if you check all these two individuals have already been dubbed to be selfish. And the population of Kenya is now seeing Raila Odinga from a different perspective. In that William Ruto has to perform for Raila Odinga to be accepted back by the people the way he was accepted before. William Ruto has to do well for people to say Raila was right and that he was not selfish. So therefore, even if Raila leaves William Ruto, where is he going? People will say it's a game. Others will say because he has not gained whatever he wanted, so he's running to this other side. So the fact remains that Raila Odinga is not going to break up with William Ruto the way people think. The politics of Oburu Odinga, maybe someone like Orengo, Babu Wino, this is normal. We didn't see this is normal. That's a tactic of Raila Odinga to keep check on what is happening in government. But the fact remains that for them to break up is not going to be easy. First, I've given the reason. Second, their reasons to break up are unrealistic. They are unrealistic. Why am I saying so? Reason number one is Ruto and Gachagua to have a handshake. Is it possible that William Ruto and Gachagua can have a handshake? Despite that the politics of Kenya is tricky and anything can happen, there are no permanent enemies and permanent friends, Gachagua has gone too far. He has extended the bar that William Ruto had set for him not to pass. So as we speak today, I don't think that Gachagua can have a handshake with President William Ruto. And he knows it's not going to be easy or even peaceful. It's going to be dangerous. So as we speak today, for Gachagua to get to William Ruto, it's hard. And that kind of a handshake between Gachagua and William Ruto, it is going to render Raila irrelevant. Because Gachagua will come with 7 million from Mount Kenya. So Raila is 5 or 2 or 3 right now, will not be able to do anything for William Ruto. As a result, the interest will change to Rigathi Gachagua, impress him and ensure that the people of the mountain have gotten back to President William Ruto. But I doubt whether the handshake can happen. But if they should break up, that's Raila Odinga and William Ruto, then this should be number one. Because the ODM will feel now they are weak. Number two, if Uhuru and Ruto have a serious handshake, leave the visit to Ishaweri. If these people come openly, have a discussion and arrangement just like broadbased, then there's a likelihood that Raila Odinga will feel weak, the ODM party will start retreating. Not because of anything, because they feel like they're relevant and Uhuru Kenyatta might deliver the mountain to them. Because if Uhuru Kenyatta comes, holds a serious meeting, then you cannot segregate Rigathi Gachagua from there. There's a likelihood that they shared on the same. So Raila Odinga might quit with his ODM and go and form the opposition and probably back someone else. Number three, fine, Ruto is adamant to change. But I can tell from where I stand that I can see some changes in William Ruto, which Raila Odinga is influencing. And that can be a reason as to why these people might not break. Like now, abductions are no longer there. And if you see, Mbadi has been given some freedom to speak and do some other things. There's some freedom that is coming within the ministries, because before, we knew William Ruto could not allow anybody to do anything the way you think. You have first to consult, even if you are a cabinet secretary, get an okay before you proceed. So it limited most of the cabinet secretaries. But in this kind of a scenario where Raila Odinga came in, I'm noticing that there's some freedom that is coming up, especially these broad-based cabinet secretaries. And of course, I'm seeing some things happening like Mutahi Kagwe getting some autonomy, which is ideal. But the fact is, still William Ruto has not let these people free. However, there's a step that is made towards that. So the fact remains that William Ruto will dance to the tune of Raila Odinga, making it difficult for Raila Odinga to divorce with him. Another thing is ground rejection. As I started by saying, people hate Raila Odinga and William Ruto because of working together. Or maybe Raila Odinga has lost influence that he used to have. So for them to just go and part ways, there will be two weak people who have parted ways. Why? They both don't have the people. The people are with different group. With a different group, they want a different leader. People with Matiang'i, Gachagua, the other side. So if these two people part ways, they are definitely going to be weak and weak. So therefore, they are not going to break up anytime soon, according to my analysis. Also, as we speak today, I hear that it's alleged that I heard from one of the bloggers here, actually one of the content creators from Jacaranda, saying that Junet Mohammed is allegedly getting tenders in Homa Bay, in the affordable housing. Just from that alone, it's an indication that the broad-based government, it's as well benefiting from the tenders in government. And I think it's true, because if you check on Adani's thing, despite Kenyans talking about Adani's track record that was bad, Raila Odinga still came on to support Adani's involvement in the takeover of JKI. That shows there could be benefits from there. So if you check that critically, the fact means that the Raila Odinga team is also benefiting from the tenders of government. So as a result, they are creating some friendship that is not going to end soon, probably even if it's 2027. So these kind of benefits are not going to allow the two to break. They are going to stay together till 2027, and maybe probably ensure that William Ruto has become the president. Also, the cabinet secretaries that are already in William Ruto's government, those are from ODM. They are trying to also assist the government and build it in one way or the other, which I feel strongly there's nothing significant they're doing. But this kind of involvement of the ODM people in government, it is like binding them. Because as you speak now, how do you start resigning? How do you start sucking body? How do you start sucking energy? CS? That will show some form of incompetence from the president, because why do you keep on shuffling, yet you've taken time or consulted your experts to appoint some people? So therefore, in a nutshell, we have to state it here categorically that these people have worked together and they are not going to really part ways very soon. Lastly, the involvement of Raila Odinga in various important state functions shows very well that Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to be together. Recently, the Finland president was in the country and Raila Odinga was in State House having fun with the President Ruto, with the president, and enjoying themselves. You could see the brotherhood even beyond that one of Uhuru Kenyatta and him. So the fact remains, as we speak today, that Raila Odinga will not break up with William Ruto. And therefore, the sentiments we are seeing is just a game, mind the game, or maybe a normal conversation that a politician can have. My name is Abel Moku. I don't know what's your take. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time for more videos.